I start every day with a drawing as meditation practice. So every morning I spend at least 15 to 20 minutes drawing in a meditative state. That's a very specific routine. And then I'll just shift gears to whatever I might be working on. I started drawing when I was a kid and then started drawing as a specific practice probably 15, 16 years ago. I used to periodically have to deal with panic attacks. And I sort of suddenly realized that whenever that was happening, I immediately would pick up a pencil or a pen and start drawing. And it would slow down my breathing, it would help me focus. I draw almost exclusively organic things, something that I can wonder about its life. How did it get here? What had to happen for that leaf to grow on that tree? That's kind of what I start with because that helps me focus and think about that thing. Think about the miracle of the fact that that thing was ever alive. A lot of the drawings I do in the morning meditation practice, I don't keep because it's not about the drawing at all. It's about the process. It's about taking the time to breathe, to be aware of my breath, to focus. And I'm a terrible meditator. For me, the drawing was this kind of engaged meditation that allowed me to focus for longer periods of time, to not care about disruptive thoughts because I could always bring myself back to the leaf I was drawing or the twig or the tree or whatever. I could continuously find a way to refocus and keep going until over time, my ability to focus for longer periods of time became clear to me, right? And this is when I first approached the folks at the Emotion Development Lab. That was, my theory, right? I had anecdotal evidence that this worked for me. What I wanted to see was, would it work for other people? Can we bring some science to this to see if what I believed was happening in my brain was really happening, right? That's what led me to Sarah and to the Emotion Development Lab in that project.
I was so excited when Bill approached us. I thought, in my own experiences, when I make things, I feel the most myself. And everybody experiences anxiety in one way or another. Anxiety is an emotion, and it's an adaptive one in a lot of cases. It tells us that something is important to us, and we should pay attention to it or take some action to try to alleviate that anxiety. For a lot of people, though, anxiety gets in the way in really big ways. And with the Drawing Anxiety Project and our mind study, in collaboration with Bill, we're interested in providing a tool that infuses mindfulness meditation with drawing so that hopefully we'll be able to develop a kind of intervention where anybody could use it, whether they have really impairing anxiety or just the kind of stress and worries that come with modern daily life.
So the project started in phase 1. Individuals would come into the lab and they would do a 20-minute guided drawing activity. And we were collecting physiological data. So they were wired. We were getting breath rate and respiration rate and collecting physiological data. And we have our first paper circulating that sort of summarizes that first 2 years of data and surprisingly good results. Our hope is to be able to scale it up on a significant level and make it available to people, whether it's, an app that they download that has the guided meditation process that they can use, or a website that we create that people can access and do the work through the website, perhaps even share work to create some sense of community around it. So that's our long-term goal, really, is to take the evidence that we have and use it to find the support to scale the project up significantly.
We see this as potentially being another tool in people's toolkits that we can tell them about in terms of ways to help manage anxiety in daily life. And potentially, I really want this experience to be accessible to anybody that would be interested or think that they could benefit from it. being creative or getting in touch with your creative side, even if you don't think that you're a creative person, has a lot of benefits for our cognitive and emotional functioning. And for people to know that there's empirical support behind it, that's important to some people, including me, to show that the statistics shows that it helps people. And I think if we can just get a few more people out there interested and engaged in the arts, then we'll be successful.
I mean, the research is so absolutely conclusive about the importance of maintaining mental health, and not just for people who might struggle with mental health or have a diagnosed mental illness, but for anyone. I mean, life is stressful, right? I mean, I can't remember the last time I ever met somebody who said, I'm never stressed. And so if you only focus on your physical health, what you're eating, the amount of exercise you're getting, or your nutrition, you might achieve a certain amount of overall wellness, right? But if you're still prone to a stress attack, your body is telling you that you're also not taking care of your mental well-being. I guess what I really want people to see, particularly in the arts, there are tools that can enhance the quality of your life, not just as somebody who goes and consumes art, buys a ticket to the theater, but as someone who can make something, that the making process, not the product, the making process can add a benefit to your life.